top designer fragrances of all time. So I'm going to give you the rundown basically of tried and true designer fragrances that thousands of people really enjoy. And I'm going to start with probably one of the most famous ones, which is Baccarat Rouge 540 from Maison Francis Cousin. And the thing about this, first of all, very high class Parisian fragrance. The thing about this, first of all, it's extremely popular. Second, it is a very unique fragrance. There are not many fragrances that smell like this. And besides that, it has very luxurious, very unique notes like ambergris, there's fir wood, there's some saffron thrown in there for a little bit of spice. Some very unique things in here. And that what makes it unique, of course. And I personally really like the mix of the saffron with some of the more musky, woodsy notes, because saffron is like this warm spice, and you mix it with some of these more complex musk notes. And that really gives it a very interesting scent. It also has a little bit of sweetness, kind of like a burnt sugar sort of thing. And it's very strong. It'll last all day, easily, like 9 hours, or more. Sometimes 12 hours. Very long lasting. It's most popular among women, I would say, but there's definitely some options for men as well. And in general, this is just the kind of, at the moment, the fragrance, like the luxury fragrance. And you can't really go wrong with it unless some people don't like its sweetness. That's like the main thing. But other than that, it's a really good fragrance. Then, another very, very popular modern option is La Vie Est Belle from Lancôme. So Lancôme has been around for a very long time. And they kind of became especially popular during the 80s with, some of their fragrances. But this fragrance in particular right now is pretty much their main thing going on. And this is a very feminine, very sweet fragrance. It has notes of praline, like these, dessert sugary notes. Very sweet fruit notes like blackcurrant, some other fruits and berries and things like that. Very sugary. This is like you've got a whole dessert in front of you, sugary. And also very strong. This is an easy 8 to 9 hour fragrance, quite powerful, very feminine. This is great for the daytime especially, or like just casual fun outings. Very, this is, if you like sweet fragrances, you will love this. Super sweet. And this is, if you can see, L'Eau de Parfum, which is a very strong version. And of course there are other versions to try as well. I haven't tried those other options, but I do know that this one in particular is a very good version. Then, the classic, Chanel number 5. This, you can't go wrong with it. It's a classic. It's been around for more than 100 years. Floral aldehyde fragrance with some warm notes like sandalwood, oak moss, amber, a little bit of civet. So this is the tried and true, original, really great fragrance. Classic elegance, sophistication, has a little bit of sweetness, but in the more vintage sense from the florals that it has. Definitely not sugary. The wood notes are very strong, especially the sandalwood. The civet note is pretty strong once it dries down. So what you're getting is a floral fragrance, basically, that has some very warm and cozy base notes. And this is not only one of Chanel's best-selling fragrances, but pretty much the best-selling fragrance in the world. So, I mean, do with that what you will, but this is the tried and true fragrance. Then, more of a simple option, but still very nice, is Dolce & Gabbana's light blue. So they have so many options of light blue already because it is such a popular option. Anywhere you look, this fragrance will have so many 5-star reviews. This is kind of the go-to fragrance for a lot of people because it's very pleasant and very agreeable. kind of a citrusy green apple sort of thing, crisp, very summery, like Italian Riviera sort of thing. So very, I haven't seen anyone who dislikes it. 99% of people are going to like this, which is probably why it's so popular, because it's like no brainer. I'll just wear this. People will, like it. So this is also one of the best-selling fragrances, not only from Dolce and Gabbana, but just in general in the fragrance industry. And then the last one I have is a men's fragrance, but it is a very good unisex option as well. This is Dior So this is one of my personal favorites because it has an iris note, and iris is one of my favorite notes. But besides my personal bias, I would say that this is just such a fresh and pleasant fragrance from Dior. Dior has obviously done tons of different fragrances, Dior Sauvage, Miss Dior, many different versions of Miss Dior, tons of different stuff. But Dior stands out to me because of the iris note. It's not too many fragrances, especially men's fragrances, use iris. And it's such a pleasant note because it's powdery, it's clean, a little bit sweet, but still unisex, so you're getting quite a lot out of this fragrance. It's very nice, very refined, elegant, that sort of thing. So this is definitely one of Dior's best options. I also quite like the Dior Intense version, as obviously more of a heavy, warm sort of fragrance. This is a bit cooler and fresher, but both options are really, really nice. And that is pretty much all I have to say about these best designer fragrances. So if you have anything to say about them, you can always leave those down in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.